This is a third grade lesson. It's an introductory lesson to the Native American Tribe Research Project. In this lesson, the students are going to explore the four regions of California, and they're going to identify the natural resources in each area by making observations on what they see and what they notice. They'll use these observations to later identify the variations in the homes the Native Americans built, depending on the region, the food they ate, the tools they used, and their forms of transportation. Okay. We begin by taking a virtual tour using Google Earth. Now, one of the issues that we did have was that when the students went to take the tour, the students were supposed to take the tour on their own and fill out a quick write, a shared quick write. LAUSD's domain does not allow for Google Earth to be used. So what the teacher had to do was present Google Earth tour to the whole class as a whole instead of individually to students using her Gmail. I personally made a call to the IT department at LAUSD asking for the app to be put on the list, and it was denied. So, in reflection, something that would be changed would be that just the teacher would project it to the whole class. So the students would go to each area and describe what they would see as far as the natural resources. Students sat on the rug with the Chromebooks, and as the whole class discussed, they jotted what they saw down in the quick write. Let's go to okay, so that was this part of this was step one. So what the students did was on their virtual quick write, on their quick write, students were assigned a number, and as they observed, they typed down for each area the things that they notice. Okay. After that was discussed as a whole group, it was reviewed, and they were assigned a region specifically that they were going to, a tribe in a certain region that they were going to research. For this, the next step was for them to fill out a Google form. This form, on this form, it was divided into sections. So the first part here was what is the name of the tribe, and then they had to identify what region their tribe lived in. Now, depending on which region they clicked, it would go to that section in the Google form. So if they had clicked the coast, it would then take them to the following questions. Which home is similar to the type of home they built? So depending on the observations and what they wrote down and what was discussed as a whole group, they would answer that. What was it made of? What was the main form of transportation? And what was the main diet? And these were check all that apply. And that was step 2. Okay. Once the answers were analyzed and they looked at the Google spreadsheet and it was discussed and talked about during the class. The last part was looking, well, like I said, after they looked at their responses, was to discuss the following. Do all the Native American tribes have the same type of homes? And why is it that they have that thinking? Do all Native American tribes eat the same types of food? Why or why not? And do they use the same type of transportation? And how does the region they live in affect their way of life? The final step was the Nearpod. Okay, now that we have discussed all the information, they were to do a match here with the region and the type of home. They were going to answer some questions. Tribes from which region mostly ate large game like deer, antelope, and elk? Which ones mostly hunted deer and small game and gathered acorns, nuts, and fruit? Okay, oh, well, yeah, I didn't take the test, but this was the Nearpod they would do. Okay, and that was the end of the lesson. So you had the group observations, writing down on a shared sheet their quick write, using a Google form for the information that they gathered specific to their region, and then taking a quick assessment using Nearpod.